Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back all my lovely regular viewers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So today's video is going to be slightly longer than normal because I'm going to be doing the whole process. So I'm going to be using my hand dolly today, and I'm using my flexi hand tips from Glitter Planet so you can see how I insert them in. I use my little straight tweezers because with my nails being this length, I literally can't pick them up. So I find it so much easier to do it with the tweezers. So the hand dolly, it comes with these little canals in the cuticle area that you can slide the nails up into. And I know I said in my last video that if you have ordered a hand dolly, don't despair. You will get it. Although Kelly is having a little bit of a problem getting all the products to finish them. If you just pop her an email, she will get back to you and explain everything to you. So it would normally take around 4 weeks for your hand dolly to arrive, but with COVID and all the factories working with skeleton staff, production materials, everything has all just slowed down. So you may wait up to 8 weeks for this, but it is so worth the wait, guys. It's absolutely fabulous to work with the hand dolly. So the tips I'm putting on now are from Glitter Planet as well. The flexi hand tips are also from Glitter Planet, and these are their easy tips. They don't come with the box. You have to order the box separately. The easy tips, I believe, are £9 and £10.80 including the VAT, and then the little case, the tip case, is £6 including VAT. My go-to glue for applying tips is CJP's gripper glue. This is the best glue that I have come across. I used to always love MAC 5 from OPI, but oh my goodness, this gripper glue is amazing. And that little bottle has been it's like it's never ending. It just keeps going on and on and on. I actually reckon I've been using this from way before the summer. So it just goes on and it sticks those nails instantly. Whether I'm doing it on my hand dolly or whether I'm doing it on clients, it just sticks instantly. It's amazing. As you can see, whenever I'm applying these tips, I am literally just applying the very tip of them, the very part that I place the glue on, because I want to make use of the full length of these tips for this set. And I'm not going to be cutting them down or anything. I'm going to keep them really long and this lovely stiletto shape. Once I have all the tips on, I go ahead and I buff over the surface. I'm not too sure if you actually need to do this. I think it's just, I'm a creature of habit and it's just something that I've always done. I probably really don't need to do it because I'm using my hand dolly, but as I say, creature of habit, and I always go through all the steps. So now that the tips are on, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply my glass slippers and do my clear base. The reason I do this, even if I'm working on my hand dolly, is I did do a video on it before about why I do this and why I put on so much acrylic. It's because the canal that this tip slide into is actually quite high. I will put the video in the description box below and you can go in and have a look. But another reason why I go ahead and still do the clear base whenever I'm on my hand dolly is I like to have a really smooth surface. And because we don't blend these tips, there is a slight ridge just where the tip meets the flexi hand tip. So I like that to be really flush. The colours I'm going to be using today are from a range of different brands. I'm using Glitterbels, which is one of my favourite brands. I'm using Tia's Beauty, which is a new one that I have started working with recently. And last but not least is CJP. Normally when I'm doing any sets and I'm working with glitter, I would normally do all the coloured acrylic first, and I would always leave the glitter to the very end. The reason I do this is sometimes no matter how much you wipe out your brush, you're going to get glitter that will go into your monomer. So I will change my monomer if I do have any glitter that's left in the bottom of it, because I don't want any glitter transferring to the other nails that are just going to be coloured acrylic. For this set, the little finger and the thumb are all going to be a full coverage of this Wisteria from Glitterbels. When I'm including the thumb in any of my sets, I will always do the thumb and the little finger exactly the same, because I know sometimes we see photographs on Pinterest and Instagram, and it's literally only the 4 fingers that are photographed, and you always wonder, oh my goodness, what am I going to do on the thumb? But I always do the little finger and the thumb the same, and that saves any problems. So yes, I didn't have to change my monomer. The Wisteria, I was able to wipe it out with my brush and nothing transferred. So yay, that's a plus. I think definitely if you're working with any acrylic that has a shimmer in it, that is 100% going to leave shimmer in your monomer. So moving on to the ring finger, the middle finger and the pointer finger or index finger. And I'm going in with this colour from CJP. It's called Bright Violet. I'm going to be doing a 2-colour ombre with this colour, so I'm just placing on the first bead, bringing it down to the end, and then I'll go in with a second bead that I will feather up towards the cuticle area so that my ombre line is nice and feathered and not harsh at all. now that I've got all the Bright Violet on, I'm going back to the ring finger and I'm going in with Tia's Beauty's Sapphire. So I literally only started working with Tia Beauty's products 1 or 2 weeks ago, and I have to say they work really, really well. They flow really well. They don't, you know, like marble or stick. I just have to say, you know, there's nothing at the minute bad that I can say about these products, and the price point of them isn't too bad either. They're $5.95 and that is for 14 grams. So the little CJP pot that you can see beside, that is £5 plus VAT, and it's only 10 grams. And the Glitterbels, the glitter ones, are $9.95 plus VAT. So I'm just going up into the cuticle area and I'm just going to spread that down, spit my words out. I'm just going to spread that down over the Bright Violet, and really, really lightly. You want a really feather-like touch so that you're not going to be bringing down an awful lot of that colour. Don't worry too much when you're doing an ombre, because you can always go in with a really, really wet bead and just kind of feather that right down the nail just to perfect your ombre. And if you find that your ombre, you're still not happy with it, just add some glitter. So I thought I would go in with some Lavender Crush on the middle finger, and I don't even know why I did it, because I'm doing a full nail of like flowers on this one, so I have no idea why I did this, because they get covered over and you can't even see it. So now that I've got all the coloured acrylic on and all the glitter on, I'm going to go ahead and cap all the nails in glass slippers. I'm only going to show one of the nails being capped though, because they are all capped exactly the same way. So, oh guys, would you see what's coming up? Oh my goodness, look what I've done. But anyway, thank goodness I was able to save it. Just this little bit is what I threw out. The rest of it, I was able just to pop straight back into that pot. And thank goodness I hadn't already started to file, or it would have just been lost. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do some of my filing routine. And I'm only going to show one of the nails being filed just to keep the length of the video down. You know, it really wouldn't be one of my videos without what I call a whoopsie, and all my regular viewers will agree with me that there's quite a few. So I actually was way ahead of myself there when I was doing this voiceover, because I'm still having flashbacks of me spilling the acrylic powder. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cap the nails in glass slippers. Like I said though, I'm only going to show one of them being capped just to keep the length of the video down. So now that all the glass slippers is on, it's all cured, I'm going to go ahead and do my normal filing routine. But today I'm actually going to be using my new Glitterbels metal file, and oh my goodness, it's amazing. As I thought I was getting straight sides, but once I started using this metal file, I have actually realized that yeah, my sides were straight, but not like poker straight. The only thing is though, with the metal file, because there's no tension in it, it doesn't bend or anything. I think sometimes it's a little bit rigid when you're going around the rest of the nail. I think that you need to use a foam based file just to give you that little bit of, you know, flexibility, just so you can, you know, contour the nail, get the cuticle area flush and have that sort of arch shape, that C-curve shape. And I just think that the metal file, I don't know, it's too rigid for that, but I have went back in again with the metal file just at the end, just to make sure that those sides are really sharp, and then I'll go over with my buffer. So I always do the same filing routine, always start at the side walls, then the lower arch, and then I go to the cuticle area, make sure that's nice and flush, and then all the time I'm always filing up towards the apex, just to make sure that that's the right height and that I haven't buffed it away. So I've slowed down the video here just to let you see a side profile, so you can see we've got the apex and that its sides are nice and straight. So now that I have all the nails filed and shaped, I have wiped them down with alcohol and removed any dust or debris that's on the nails, and now I'm going to do my hand-drawn nail art. So I'm using the black from Models 1, it's their black gel paint, and for some reason they've called it Drunk Black. I must have been drunk though when I'm doing this, because I went on the wrong nail. I went onto the middle finger when I should have been on the pointer finger. So I've wiped it off and I'm back now onto the pointer finger. So what I'm doing here is I'm just doing a little spider web just about 1/3 of the way up the nail, and then I will cure that before I move on. Moving on now to the little finger, and this is going to be another spider's web. They're very easy to do. I'm just drawing like 3 or 4 straight lines, and then in between those lines I'm going to do a little curved line, and I'm just going to work my way up to the top of those lines. Moving on now to the ring finger, and I'm going in again with the black gel paint, but this time I'm going to be writing the word boo. So moving on now, I'm going to seal any of the artwork that I've already done, and the rest of the nails I'm going to put on a non-white top coat. Before I cure them though, you can see just my hand has just hid them, but I've got 2 little rhinestones sitting ready to cure into that top coat. The little rhinestones I'm using there, they're kind of like a graphite colour, and they're two different shapes. So one is this oblong shape and the other one is just your normal circle shaped round one. And I'm going to use these to create the body of a spider. And moving on now to the ring finger, and I'm going to in with Glitterbels Snowdrops White and my little 3D acrylic brush, and I'm going to create these little ghosts. Very, very simple to do. It's almost as if you're going to be doing a leaf or, you know, a petal on a flower, but you just kind of drag out the bottom of it just to give the ghost a tail. Just to finish off the little ghost, I'm going to in with one of my Glitterbels detailer brushes, and I'm just going to add little eyes and an open mouth. Back now to the little finger, and I have cured the little rhinestones that I've popped on the nails. I'm sorry, I'm out of frame on this, but I actually didn't realise. So I'm drawing the little legs on of the spider. It keeps popping in just whenever I'm looking at it. Hopefully it comes back into frame, and there we go. So you can see I'm just drawing the little legs on the spider, and then I'll cure those in my LED lamp. As it's just a nail art paint that I'm working on, I can flash cure that for around 10 to 15 seconds and then give it a full cure at the end whenever I apply the top coat. I've just gone in with my flat gel brush with some acetone on it because I wasn't really happy with the shape that I had done those legs. So before I cured it, I've just went in and redone them. I was going to say redid them. So back onto the ring finger now, and I'm going in with Unicorn Tears, which is one of the Glitterbels kind of shimmery acrylic powders, and I just thought it would be perfect for this set. So I'm just going to be doing little flowers just the whole way down the nail, getting smaller in size. I didn't want this set to be too dark. I kind of wanted, you know, just a nice sweet Halloween, you know, set, because not everybody celebrates it as the, you know, the creepy dark parts. And if you've got children, you don't really want to be having these really, really dark nails. One thing I will say though, when you're working with an acrylic powder that has a shimmer to it or has like a pearlescent effect to it, they do take slightly longer to cure. So just keep that in mind if you are doing your little flowers, that it does take a couple of seconds more just so that you can mould that little petal into shape. So I'm going to go ahead and let you just watch these little flowers being done. I do have it sped up quite a bit because doing the little flowers, it is a little bit time consuming, especially the fact that it's a shimmer pearlescent acrylic. And I'll come back again when we move on to the pointer finger. Just to keep with the whole Halloween theme, the centre of the nail I'm going to be using black acrylic instead of placing any little rhinestones or white. So moving on to the pointer finger now, and I'm going in with the orange coloured acrylic. This particular one is from OPI, but I do go ahead and put some of the Tia's Beauty pumpkin over the top of it. And then I'll just go in with some black gel paint and just paint on their little pumpkin faces. So this is the pumpkin from Tia's Beauty, and I just thought it gives a little bit more colour to the pumpkin rather than using the Absolute from OPI. Back now again with the Model Ones gel paint. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, so I'm going in with the Absolute Green Effects from OPI, and I'm just doing the little top of the pumpkin. What is it called? The stalk. The stalk of the pumpkin. I think that's right. Okay, so now I'm going in just with that black gel paint and painting on their little pumpkin faces. Moving on to the thumbnail, and I'm going to start out by doing a little spider's web. As you know, when I'm doing the thumb, I normally do both the thumb and the little finger exactly the same, but because I just thought I would change it up a little bit and do the spider out of acrylic rather than the little rhinestones. To do this spider, I wanted a bit of a red glow coming from the spider, so what I've done is I've taken my 3D acrylic brush, I have dipped it into the red first and then just into the black acrylic, and this is going to give me this little red effect of the spider's back. I did just go in and add a little tiny bit more red just to have that popping through a little bit more. And we're getting a bonus whoopsie in this one. I didn't flash cure the spider's web before I went ahead and started the acrylic spider, so I had to go in and redo it. Just now to do all the finishing touches, so I'm drawing on the legs of the spider, and then I'll go back to the pointer finger and the pumpkins, and I'll just do a little area of green that will look like grass that the pumpkins are sat on. And again, just to finish things off, I'm going over the little spider that I made out of acrylic, the pumpkins and the black leaves on the middle finger, just to make them shiny and make them stand out against the matte finish. And here is the finished set. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If you have, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you could go ahead and do that now and hit the little bell, and you'll not miss any more of my videos. and I will see you all in the next one. So take care. See you soon. Bye.